following is a production of Watlington Shires and Pierce Productions.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Paint and Pain hardware and such like. Those were good days. But the Big Red Store has been revitalized, and it's now Paint and Pain home and such like. Home decor, gifts, pajamas for her, and toys for the kids from Melissa and Doug. Josh and Lacey Payne invite you home and such like.
Welcome, everybody.
Or a contest. So we're going to open up with our pregame, sort of, by listening to their last piece. It's called Havana.
Oh, we know that one.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of, that's a great song they just closed up with. And the lights come back on, and the first ever spring concert in the new Coliseum. We were here for the first game, the volleyball game, and we were here for one of the first varsity basketball games. And this thing is designed, really, it does just as good a job as a cafeteria, but notice as I switch cameras over here, where the audience is sitting. There's no reason to move chairs. I mean, you could if we were going to have a crowd that was bigger than our built-in seats, but that's not necessary. So really good facility for this with the brand new stage. This is the first performance on the, I guess it's a terrible name, Gymnatorium stage, but we'll call it the Coliseum Performance Stage.
Right. Really said that. Remember that movie from the 80s called Gymkata?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like Gymnatorium.
That's exactly right. It's a weird hybrid, but it'll have to work. This is the Wright Chrysler pre-concert show, and now that we've said hello from the new Coliseum, we'll hear from Wright Chrysler if you can find that ad, and then we'll be right back. We'll hear from Patrick Kahn, the director of the symphonic band.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Center has the new and used vehicles that you're looking for. If your vehicle needs service, stop by WrightChryslerDodgeJeep.com and get your service appointment, and also shop online. Then come on down and let the guys make a great deal for you. And our knowledgeable staff will not let you leave without knowing everything about your new or used vehicle. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram supports all the students of the Piney Woods.
following sponsors back all of our area teams all spring long. They include Batters Law Firm. When your case matters, it's got to be Batters. Hope Medical, providing quality medical care, also provides hope. Portacool, maker of the Apex Series fans for peak cooling. Sandy Cox Insurance, your State Farm good neighbor, supports all the Piney Woods teams. Diamond Bees, for cooking just like home. And Blake Furniture on Selma Street, the best furniture at the best prices. And Farmer State Bank, an institution for over a century. We appreciate our platform sponsors. The last thing they were advertising was tennis and baseball. We're still doing that, but they're also here for that. That's why you saw the images of baseball teams here at a concert. Okay, I went to the big new band hall at the middle school, and I caught up with Patrick Kahn, literally caught up with him on his way to class, and heard a little bit about what we're hearing tonight and what they've done this year. Everybody, this is spring concert evening, and this is the director, I think, of the first band we'll hear tonight. The concert band, yes?
Second band.
Second band, yes, sir. And tell everybody your name and your official title.
Okay, so I'm Patrick Kahn. I'm the director for the symphonic band.
Wow.
So we have 3 bands this year, and it's Wind Ensemble, Mr. Smith, and then I do the symphonic band, and then we have the concert band that Mr. Castaneda is conducting.
Wow!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
right.
great. Okay. Through contest and everything?
Yeah. So we took 3 bands to contest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us about
Pretty cool.
contest. How did it go?
Contest went well. So on the stage, my band had got an excellent rating, which is 2nd division on the stage, and then we made a superior 1st division and side rating.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, super proud.
Well,
of it.
congratulations on the symphonic band thing. And what is special tonight besides your contest music?
Well, yeah, we're gonna do two of our 3 contest tunes. Okay, but then we're also doing we're gonna close our concert with How to Train Your Dragon theme music, which is relevant again with the live action.
It's coming back.
Yeah,
That's
so-
great. Well, thanks for the time. Looking forward to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, everybody, that was Chris Wallington with band director Patrick Kahn and our JBA Financial Coach Talk. I guess Director Talk.
Yeah, Director Chad or what it's.
That's right. And, of course, we have our Shelby Savings Bank First Note coming up next right after this.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Pain and Pain hardware and such like. Those were good days. But the Big Red Store has been revitalized, and it's now Pain and Pain home and such like. Home decor, gifts, pajamas for her, and toys for the kids from Melissa and Doug. Josh and Lacey Payne invite you home and such like.
At Shelby Savings Bank, the same thing that's true at the Selma Street location is true at the North Branch. It's where banking meets the smile. They're not just friendly tellers, they're your friendly tellers. And the smile on Manager Janet's face, it's contagious. When you say Shelby Savings Bank is your friendly hometown bank, well, you hit it right on the nose.
All right, buddy, welcome back. This is the Symphonic Band.
And forever, Symphonic Band was the #1 band.
Yes.
But now they have 3 groups, and Mr. Kahn referenced it. Why do they have 3 groups? Because they have this stage. That's where one of them can practice now.
That's right.
In the past, the group we just saw, the concert band, was kind of, had band period, and they had a practice room in the band hall, but now they have a facility to actually prepare, and they've done that. They went to contests, and I think they got a 1 in sight reading. So
nice.
That's pretty cool. But now this is the Symphonic Band, the second band, and they got a 2 at contest, like you said, and then a 1 in sight reading. And so that's a good group. A lot of bands first bands didn't do that well.
Right.
4 titles on their schedule today, and the last 2, one from The Greatest Showman and one from How to Train Your Dragon, which is coming back as a live action. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. So he chose well there. So Patrick Kahn's in like his 6th or 7th year here. He's been here a long time,
right.
and it's a veteran staff. Mr. Daniel Castaneda was the director of the first group, and of course Chris Smith, and he and his wife, I think they get their 20-year pins. It's a long time for a band director. Proud of them. Thank you for being here. We never do a broadcast for Rough Riders that we don't mention JBI Insurance,
yes.
Joe Bill Matire, Mooney's Emporium on the Square, Rough Rider Oil and Lube on Highway 96.
I just went there just this week.
Yeah, it's time. We got 2 cars that need to go by there. Probably that was on your way before you went to graduation.
It was.
Austin,
it was. I was way over.
Yeah.
But they were able to get in there and get me in and out.
Good, and you made it back safe.
Yeah.
And then of course on the gym on the square, the Forge with Dan Collin. They have been a part of every Rough Rider broadcast. This will be the last one of the year. I want to say thank you to them. Okay, Mr. Kahn's ready to start this.
Whoops. Our pain is covering up. There we go.
No pain.
Good evening. Welcome to our annual spring concert for the high school bands. My name is Patrick Kahn, and I'm the director for the High School Symphonic Band seen before you now. I'm very excited to have this opportunity today to show off these talented students. This group has been a lot of fun to work with, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming out this evening to support them. Please be sure electronics are silent and refrain from excessive noise during each performance so that we can allow focus to remain on these performers. We're going to begin our portion of tonight's concert with 2 selections from our UIL concert Saturday program. The first one is As Spirit Soars, and the second is The Dawn.
These are both from their contest selection, 2 of their 3 contest selections that they will begin with.
So tell everybody again that you got the concert band.
You just heard a little of them. This is the symphonic band, and then the final one will be the wind ensemble. That's the varsity band.
Right, okay. This is The Gauntlet by Putnam. Man, Wellington, that is a rich sound.
Yeah.
There's terrific sound coming from this band.
I think it sounds better in here, doesn't it?
It does.
The acoustics are a whole lot, more reverb and bouncing around. I like it.
Thank you. All of these kids have done an outstanding job preparing for tonight's program. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize a couple of individuals who've gone above and beyond and are truly exceptional students. The first award is the Most Outstanding Musician Award. This young man is a very talented musician and has shown a lot of dedication to his instrument. He's a hard worker, and I know I can always rely on him to cover his part as well as others at times. He earned a first division with his solo this year, and I'm pleased to present this award to Mr. Case Strickland. My next award is the Director's Award. This young man has been exactly what we look for in a young musician. All year he's been on time, prepared, and willing to help others, and always attended the rehearsals. I know I can always depend on him, and I truly appreciate all he does for this ensemble. He's such an asset to this organization, and this award belongs to Mr. Marvin Hernandez. At this time, we'll continue and then conclude our portion of tonight's program with a couple of familiar movie tunes. The first is From Now On from The Greatest Showman, followed by the theme from How to Train Your Dragon, which feels relevant again now that they have a live-action version of the movie coming out this summer. So, again, thank you all for coming, and after a brief intermission while we set chairs, we'll continue with Mr. Smith and the symphony. Or will not speak.
So this is From Now On, one of the big hits from The Greatest Showman about 6 years ago, Hugh Jackman's show.
Yeah.
And then the theme from How to Train Your Dragon, what's coming up next. And we'll enjoy this. Here we go. a good program. Well done. And we got more band to listen to as the final band that now is called the Wind Ensemble will take the stage.
Right.
And the symphonic band will go. This happens a little quicker in the gym in the Coliseum than it did in the they had it down in the cafeteria.
Yep.
But this is a whole lot smoother operation. So we'll hear from some sponsors that have made tonight and a lot of other evenings.
It's the Farmer State Bank halftime
It's the
show.
Farmer State Bank halftime as we go between the two bands. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. That symphonic band was good. I like their selections.
Yeah.
That's a good and very rich sound. Appreciate Farmer State Bank for bringing us halftime all throughout the year whenever there was a halftime to have. We didn't have any in baseball, so they were our fifth inning stretch.
Yes.
And here it's between the symphonic and the wind
right.
ensemble. Yeah, pretty good. And we appreciate Payne's Homeware and such like. They are our standing sponsor for anything we do that isn't athletic. If it's a banquet or a concert, or if we were to ever do a theater thing, which for copyright you usually can't do.
Right.
Any of those.
Doodah parade.
Yeah, we did a parade once, and that's we appreciate her bringing a little bit of class to the operation when usually we're doing, sweaty sports. There's
That's
nobody sweaty in here. All right, everybody, we will hear from Farmer's ad for Farmer State Bank, and then we'll be back to hear from Chris Smith, who directs the Wind Ensemble.
Serving our communities for over a century, Farmers State Bank continues to meet the financial needs of East and Central Texas. With roots that run deep, Farmers State Bank serves as a source of financial strength to meet the needs of our neighbors. From a comprehensive range of financial products to individual service, we remain dedicated to being a true community bank. Farmers State Bank, improving lives and fulfilling dreams.
So everybody, we appreciate our tennis sponsors who we did regional tennis. I guess this was last weekend, and they are part of our spring lineup. So they are helping us bring this concert to you. It's Sharon Nelson Medical, Bounds Insurance, Sabine State Bank, Cornerstone Balance and Therapy, and as well as Aurora Concepts, who is in addition. Oh, and Center Glass, those are our 6 tennis sponsors who are very pleased to be a part of tonight's band performance.
You better talk faster, Wallach. Man,
right.
Look how quickly they're getting set up.
They're bad to the bone.
But now we're going to go to our part 2 of our JBA Financial Coach Talk, which is also brought to you by Elite Hair Design here this evening. When you sat down and spoke with Mr. Chris Smith about this new fancy top band we have here.
That's it. The Wind. Chris, your voice is about half with us, so I'll make sure the camera's close to you. The first year that you've had 3 bands at contests, tell me how that came about.
Well, just the size. We've had the numbers to support it for a while, but with the addition of the stage and the Coliseum, we use that as a third rehearsal space.
So it came down to really the practicals.
That's right. You're right.
And your wind ensemble is the number 1 group. Well, how many students do you have in that?
I got about 72 in the wind ensemble.
Okay. And how did contest go?
It went well. Made a first division in both areas. So with the marching band in the fall, it made another sweepstakes.
That's wonderful. And so is that how it's gauged, is from the marching band and your top band?
That's right. You have to make a first division in all 3 areas, and the varsity band is the one that the wind ensemble. Varsity band is the one
that's awesome.
The one that does it.
Yeah. And it sounds like pretty close to whatever a super sweepstakes would be with your symphonic band anyway, getting close on the stage.
Yeah, between all the bands, nobody came home empty-handed, so that's a positive. So anyway.
That's wonderful.
Something to build upon, though.
In addition to your contest music, what will be your kind of special tonight?
Okay, so we'll play 3 contest tunes, and then we'll play. Our student teacher will conduct the Star Wars saga, some movie music, and then I'm a big fan of Earth, Wind, and Fire, so we're gonna do a September to close it out for that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
So it's a lot of fun. The kids enjoy it. Kids don't know it, but they like the music. So.
Yeah, that's great. Looking forward to the concert.
Thank you.
Big thank you to JBA Financial and Farmer State Bank, which brings us our Coach Talk and halftime shows all season long. We're getting ready, and we're just seconds away from this, the Wind Ensemble.
The varsity band.
The varsity band.
The sweepstakes Wind Ensemble varsity band.
Let's hear from Payne and Payne and such like, which brings us this concert.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Payne Hardware and such like. Those were good days. But the Big Red Store has been revitalized, and it's now Payne Home and such like. Home decor, gifts, pajamas for her, and toys for the kids from Melissa and Doug. Josh and Lacey Payne invite you home and such like. Pineywood Sports and NETSN say thank you to our season-long sponsors that proudly bring us Center softball and baseball. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, new ownership, new services, same attention to quality. And Covington Lumber, your third-generation supply store and lumber yard.
Everybody, welcome back as we hear the Wind Ensemble finishing up and warming up, and now we're about to get underway. The first piece being the Carrollton March, arranged by King.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully that's too loud. Everybody bear with me tonight. Fight off a cold of voices on its last night. My name's Chris Smith, and this is the high school.
This is Chris Smith. We just saw the interview with him, and he's getting up. You must have wore him out with your interview because his voice is about gone.
Really struggling.
She said this. He's talking about this was a sweepstakes band. For everybody that doesn't know what that means, tell everybody what a sweepstakes band is.
This group that you see there, along with the other 2 bands during marching season, made a 1. And then in concert season, this is the band that they measure. Made 1s in concert and sight reading, so the traditional sweepstakes. But we won a lot of other ones as well with the sub-varsity bands. So it's just one of the better years in the history of the program.
That's right. Of course, sight reading, that's where you get a piece of music and you have a few minutes, a very few minutes to figure it out and then have to play it.
And then play it. It's nerve-wracking. But I think all 3 bands made a 1 in that. Not sure.
Always great to have a good march to start off with. Next is going to be concert variations, which I believe is a staple of some Rough Rider bands over the years.
This was one of the ones that gave me chill bumps in school when we played it, so I really like it when they do it at spring concert.
Yeah.
really like that one.
Yes.
That was one of my favorites.
Next up is Choose Joy by Stanbridge.
Yeah, I don't think, maybe he's playing all three of his contest pieces, whereas the other bands only played two. I guess that must be the case. Because without speaking in between, they're going right into this. So I think we're seeing pretty much in its entirety what they made a first division on at concert contest. Glad to be with you. This is the Wind Ensemble, the new term for the number one, the varsity band.
It's an interesting name. We'll have to figure out
Yeah.
what the origin of it is.
Good one. Bum, 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 bum. Ode to Joy.
Ode to Joy.
Yeah.
This is
Choose
Choosing
that.
Joy.
Yeah, just choose it. A whole lot of variations on that theme, but yeah, that's a pretty good one. I don't remember hearing that.
Okay, hey, seniors, all my seniors, do me a favor. You right down there, you my seniors, right down there, you Mr. Jennings, you're going to let me know. A couple pause. Hey, the next group of young men and women brought home 123 First Division medals this year from Uriah, someone else in the contest. The most ever. Okay, if you made the First Division, someone else, please stand and be recognized.
The First Divisions and solo and ensemble contest. He says the most ever in the history of the band. If it's the most ever since they've been here, then I guarantee you it's the most ever in the history of the band.
How much was it? How many were there?
120.
Yeah. I think we many years have cracked right into the hundreds.
Yes.
But I don't know if we never got to 120 before.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Hey, so also at this time, I'd like to hand out a couple of awards. Our Director's Award this year goes to a super hardworking young man, Mr. Hunter Williams. This year's most outstanding musician goes to Mr. Elijah Miller. And the next song is the Star Wars Saga, and it is directed by our student teacher, Mr. David Crosses.
Directing this is their student teacher who's now graduated, completely through with his coursework, but he's sticking around because he's been here all spring with him. He was worked with us at the church as our lead trumpet in our Easter production. So he is getting to conduct the Star Wars.
That would be a cool thing to get to conduct.
That's exactly right.
Do it just like John Williams.
That's it.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite part.
I think I'm ready to take on the Empire all by myself. That's good stuff. Talented young man from Harlingen all the way down south, but I think he's going to be working. He's not exactly sure, but most of his offers are from the Dallas area. So that's maybe where he's going to settle, but we've gotten to enjoy his talents for this semester.
And I think maybe they'll be sending all the seniors down.
I think that's what's fixing to happen, yeah. Mr. Smith's going to explain it to us.
Okay, at this time, we're going to recognize our seniors. We have 33 seniors this year.
Sounds like the Godfather Day.
Yes, it does. There are a lot of bands that would like to have 33 members.
Yes, right. Yeah. There are some bands in 4A that have about twice that many. 66 members in a 4A band happens a lot. And we had twice that many win solo awards.
Our first senior is Angel Alvarado. Jalissa Alvarado Garcia. Anthony Arcebar. Kevin Arcebar. Alina Ariado. Joseph Camacho.
I got to teach Joseph this year. He's a very talented musician.
Roberto Contreras.
As Roberto walks across the stage, we're going to be playing one of Camacho's compositions as part of our background music next semester. I got him to send it to me, and he's going to be part of the broadcast next year through his creativity.
Valeria Cervantes.
So he'll be getting those large royalty checks.
Yeah.
Dariana Duncan.
Is the stage wide enough to hold 33 of them, Chris Wallace?
I don't know. It's very
It's
very wide. It's way wider than it is deep. So it's an okay concert venue. It doesn't really work very well for theatrical productions. But the thing about the one in the cafeteria, it was wide, but then it had those little sidewalk type things. We called them the side wings.
Yes.
That went all the way to the window so that you could stretch. This doesn't. Eventually it'll just fall off.
All right.
Giovanni Gonzalez Moreno. Hunter Bo Green.
So you say, Mr. Smith's going to get quite a bit of exercise going back and forth.
Get your steps in.
Melanie Gutierrez. Jocelyn Hernandez Garcia.
Yeah, there you go. They're stretching now.
Yeah.
Jasper McSwain.
Enjoyed that young man in class too. Good fellow.
Jalea Moore. Cassandra Moreno. Daisy Moreno Garcia. Alexandra Giselle Olay.
She was also one of the 3 officers in the chaparrals that we called their name every day.
Fatima Romero. And this year's salutatorian.
Yeah, that's one of the smartest girls I've had through my class since your girls came through.
Oh, nice.
Right there, Fatima Romero.
Aiden Smith.
And that's right there, the child that I remember them bringing to the band hall when he was born 18 years ago when they hadn't been here but a year or two. He is a graduating senior, which is hard to believe.
Yep.
Aiden Smith.
Kyle Williams. And Jaslyn Whitson. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rough Rider Band class of 2025.
Now, some of those seniors are not in the wind ensemble. They're in a good handful of them are in the symphonic band, and 3 or 4 in the concert band. So some will take their seats in the audience, and others will take their seats on the stage and get ready to play. A piece that I'm really looking forward to from Earth, Wind, and Fire, one of maybe Mr. Smith's favorite band.
We've got one more song to play, and I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to our admin, our band boosters, the school board. It's not like this everywhere. We've got 231 signed up for high school band next year. We've got 660 or so in high school. Most places will tell you if you have 10%, if you can get 10% of the school, which would be 66, you're doing pretty good. So it's not like this everywhere. This is special. It starts with these seniors that just left and what they leave behind. So they leave these underclassmen. So give the seniors one more round of applause. Thank you, seniors.
That is true. We said a lot of bands would be proud to have 66 of them. That's,
And then, thank you guys. I mean, without you guys for rehearsals, this would be the production of the place. So thank you guys. Now, we've got one last song that's short and sweet. It's one of my favorites. It's an Earth, Wind, and Fire song called September. I hope you guys enjoy it.
and one of my favorite songs to hear growing up, because of that, it's one of my favorite songs, period. So. I was hoping he would explain to everybody that you can see this for the next year or so on the Facebook page of the band. And hopefully that word will get out, because it's a good recording of a very important memory and milestone for these students, especially the seniors. All right, this is Earth, Wind, and Fire's September. Well, that completes the concert, but it does not complete our broadcast. We're going to have the Aurora Concepts post-concert show where we're going to talk to some of the senior leaders. It may take them a while to get here, but I'm going to go make sure they come see us, Mr. Shire. So let's hear from some important folks, and then we'll be back with some students.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Paint and Pain hardware and such like. Those were good days. But the Big Red Store has been revitalized, and it's now Paint and Pain home and such like. Home decor, gifts, pajamas for her, and toys for the kids from Melissa and Doug. Josh and Lacey Payne invite you home and such like.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Aurora Concepts quote post-game show here, or post-performance show here live from the Coliseum. Here we got the folks are clearing out. We have Chris Wallington. He'll be ahead to visit with a couple of students. We'll hear from Aurora Concepts though first, which brings us our post-game show all year long.
At Aurora Concepts, our team of doctors and advanced practice providers are highly trained and qualified in family medicine. We strive to provide our patients guidance towards the healthiest lifestyle possible, no matter their age. We offer a full spectrum of family medicine, including scheduled appointments, telehealth services you can do from home, mobile vaccine units, sports physicals, and walk-in visits with no appointment. We accept all major insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we also have the most competitive self-pay rates in the area. For highly trained expert care in East Texas, choose Aurora Concepts. Let us take care of you.
On this camera. We are back here at the end of the concert, and you see right there Mr. Smith is standing on stage, and right in front of us here, his son is Aiden, is standing in front of the cameras. Aiden, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Good. What was that like, knowing that's your last band moment?
I mean, it's really sad because, I'm about to move off because I've always been up here around it, and then it was nice being able to actually participate, and then now I'm done,
Yeah, so. Because most folks are in the band from 6th grade up. Mm-hmm. You were in the band from 6 months old up.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. My mom was still running around Monday night practices with me just in her belly still. So. I've been around it since forever, literally.
What was your favorite song of the 5?
That last one. I like the jazzy ones. It's always that way.
Did you listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire coming up? That's one of your dad's favorite bands, so he says.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it before. So.
Good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Where are you heading to next?
Probably after every concert, we always go to Whataburger.
Whataburger.
It's a tradition. Yeah, you got to do it.
Well, hopefully you'll be through with college in time next year to come back and see this, and you can go do it next year.
Yeah. I'll definitely be watching.
Because Whataburger's always there.
Yeah.
It's always there.
Yeah.
What about college? Where will you go after this?
I'm going to TJC.
Okay.
Over there in Tyler. Yeah.
Will you be in the band? No.
I don't know yet. I mean, it's not decided, to be honest. So.
This was a historically good band. A lot of things happened, sweepstakes, but also the first time you took 3 bands to contest.
Yeah.
This new stage.
Yeah.
Give me kind of the vibe of this year. How is it different from the other years?
It's different because, I feel like it's better for the younger kids to be able to, because, I don't know, we've always had that second band.
Yeah.
And sometimes not everybody can play up to it, And so this actually gets them to where they can actually play some stuff and get
go
practice.
To contest.
They're still going to contests and stuff.
Figure they'll be better next year as a result.
Yeah. This is first year and everything, so.
Well, man, thank you for coming over. I said when they called your name, I remember you as a toddler, when I was on staff. It's great to see you in this program grow up together.
Yeah. It's been nice.
Thanks for sticking around.
Of course, yeah.
That was brought to you by Center Motor Company. If you just hand me that, we'll let you go to Whataburger. That's great. A good tradition. We always went wherever the band, we had 2 students. So if it was Keaton's band concert, he got to choose. Jack Callan also would get to choose if it was his. And then when they were both in high school band, they flipped a coin. But Whataburger was sometimes, but not always. That's brought to you by Center Motor Company, and it always is when we hear from a student. That's how it works, because Center Motor Company brings us those live student interviews from the first football game to the spring concert. It's Center Motor Company on Hurst Street. Well, thanks so much to Payne's Homeware and such like, and Mr. Shires, it's been a very good and eventful season.
Yes, sir. Success in virtually every sport and every endeavor we did.
Yeah. We got to follow some good Rough Rider teams and this band as well.
Yep.
So thank you for being with us today. Pass the word around. It's on. You can find us on YouTube at NETSN, or you can find it on the band's Facebook page. That'll be the easiest place to find it. Okay, everybody, thanks so much. This was the spring concert, and I'm so glad that you were with us. We will, I guess the next time we talk to you, it's going to be
well, we may have a Coach Brown show coming up.
We might.
But the big time, it'll be in August, and it's going to be football time.
Yeah, but again in August. Until then, I hope everything is. Oh, God, you know what I forgot? The Ray Jones key to the game.
Yes.
E flat.
E flat.
The Big Red Hardware Store, Paint and Pain hardware and such like. Those were good days. But the Big Red Store has been revitalized, and it's now Paint and Pain home and such like. Home decor, gifts, pajamas for her, and toys for the kids from Melissa and Doug. Josh and Lacey Payne invite you home and such like.
The proceeding was a presentation of Watlington, Shires, and Pierce Productions. We hope you have an awesome and blessed night. God bless America, God bless our troops, and God bless each and every one of you.